I haven't made a video in a long time, but I thought it would be interesting to do one making these 2 gingerbread houses. And I won't narrate every part, I just thought it'd be easier than putting constant text up on the screen, so... I don't go there very often because it's like 45 minutes away from my house, but there's a store where you can get bulk candies, like just pick out whatever you want and put it in a bag, so it's a good place to get supplies like this. Since you don't have to get an entire bag, if you only want 2 little pumpkin candies, you can just get 2. So those are my supplies, and you can see the evil little plans I've made. And it's technically not a gingerbread house, it's a graham cracker house, but somehow the 2 have become equated in my mind, so I just use them the same way. At this point, I'm kind of just getting the base things down, and that's not actually a real piping bag, it's just a Ziploc bag with a hole cut in the bottom of it, because that's the best I can do. I always put a perhaps unnecessary amount of supports on the inside just because I'm very paranoid about it falling while I'm like almost done with it or something. One of the things that takes the longest is the measuring, lining everything up, cutting stuff, which I don't actually have to do that much of because I don't make very complicated structures, but there's still a little bit of it. I'm just doing the very beginning stages of putting the roof together, trying to make sure it lines up. Look at all those supports! Yeah, those look so freaking good! Little parts like this roof triangle are sometimes the parts that I kind of just give up on, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get the right shape, I'll fill in the rest with icing. Now I'm planning the chimney that's gonna go up the side of the roof, and all of them fell right through my fingers. But hey, look, I got it done in the end. Woo, there it is, a little circle. Not a circle. Going around, showing the whole place. I even did the little hand motion. Amazing. I use juicy fruit gum sometimes for windows and doors, like something that's cuttable, sheets of gum, sheets of whatever. This is a sheet of wafer that I'm cutting into a little shape. I also pretty much always cover the entire thing in icing and don't leave very much bare gingerbread or graham cracker. Because, I don't know, I just feel like it looks weird, barren, even though a lot of gingerbread houses, the style that they do is leaving the gingerbread exposed, of course. I don't know, maybe it's because I use graham crackers instead. This part I'm putting on the awning for the cafe, or the little thing that hangs over the door, whatever that's called. Now I've put the sign, but I end up changing the way the sign looks later, and now I'm putting on the windows, which is more gum. I like using gum because it's already in flat sheets, but this is small pieces of gum because they don't have sheets of gum in a lot of places anymore. I can't find them. I kind of skipped past putting those windows on top, but just trust that it was annoying to get the shapes in place. Now this is where I get all my wafers. I take those wafer cookie things that they sell and I just kind of cut the top layer off with a knife, which is actually kind of fun process. Now we cover everything in frosting yet again. Now the whole front is done. I've kind of skipped past that part. The thing is, I kind of get caught up in actually doing the work of whatever, whether it's sculpture videos or videos of various crafts or things like this, and then I forget to record, so sometimes it kind of skips around where it's like, I'll show lots of details of me doing one thing, and then this other thing just breeze past it and don't even show it on camera, because I got distracted doing the actual work. I can't stop every 5 minutes to film something. What am I, making a video? Now most of the actual building is done. I don't like that the stones of the chimney are a dark color, but I couldn't find candy rocks in any other color, so I just had to use this weird dark blue. Also, the sprinkles that are there is an accident. I spilled sprinkles on it, and I was like, well, they're so stuck to the icing, I can't get them out now. I've just gotta roll with it. Now I've laid down a bunch of Smarties to be kind of like tiles, to have this like outdoor seating area at the cafe, and these weird, I don't know what they're called, gumdrops for bushes. They're like, I don't know, chewy green things. Here's another candy I don't really know what to call. It's like a apple, like it's supposed to be a sour green apple, but I cut them and use them as like grass pieces, kind of, or like little grassy bushes to put on the side of things. Also, the lighting of all of these is very terrible and dark because it was raining every single day that I tried to record, so my options were either like barely get any natural light or use the yellowy nasty indoor lights, so I don't know, hopefully stuff shows up. This is me putting tables outside. And now I'm sprinkling the powdered sugar over the top like snow, which you can barely see. I tried to zoom in and like actually make it show up, and you cannot see it really, so the effect is kind of lost. It does not look snowy. I wiped off the tables because who wants to eat on a snowy table? I mean, I would, but I think most people don't like snow as much as me. These are, again, I don't know what they're called. They're kind of like chocolate chips, but like a different color. They're like white chocolate chips, maybe? I don't know. But I had to meticulously cut them on a tiny scale because I'm gonna make little coffee cups out of them. The coffee part here is just like another piece of chocolate chip that I kind of mushed up in my hands until it was malleable enough to press into the other chocolate chip. And now I'm attaching them with icing on this tiny little pointy stick. Now, I think if this coffee weren't here, you probably wouldn't even be able to tell that it's a cafe. It's kind of just an indiscriminate building, but hopefully that reads as coffee outside on tables. And now we're gonna see the full thing. This is probably too much time kind of going over the same part because I think you've already seen the thing, but I cannot go back and re-edit the video now, so I'll just add this in narration. Oh look, there's a little cake. I made a little, why did I say that with an accent? Oh look, there's a little cake! But I added a little cake into the side. And these little yellow things are lights. They're supposed to be lights that will turn on at night if you're just sitting outside the cafe. And now's the destruction. Because, see, it's 2 gingerbread houses in one, which I'm gonna take this one apart, use the base for this one for the next one, for the mansion that I'm making, so now we just get some destruction scenes. Some of this is kind of like those soap cutting videos or whatever, where it's, you know, you just get to watch something be kind of cut into pieces, and it's just sort of fascinating in a weird way. That's why I left so much of it in, even though it's kind of like unnecessary footage that you don't really need to see. And now we have a beautiful little box, totally bare. And do you see this is the top of a freaking plastic tub because I don't have a base that's big enough to be able to build this on. I don't know what people use, like planks of wood. I don't own planks of wood, so. This one also I'm doing with chocolate graham crackers because it's supposed to be a spooky mansion. It's sort of like for Halloween, even though I made this not anywhere near Halloween. Oh, look at all the haphazard supports. Yeah, baby, that's gonna hold up the next floor, you bet. I probably also use like way too much icing, but I'm afraid about it falling apart. I would rather go way overboard than like not add enough supports and icing and have it just crumble. we're doing the roof part, which is the most annoying to like line up and balance, especially this shape of roof. It's a lot of like cutting and putting something there and then cutting it again and putting something there, but that's because I don't understand shapes. I mean, I guess you eventually understand shapes through trial and error and like putting the things up there and seeing if they fit or not, but just like off the top of my head when I'm starting out, I wouldn't be able to predetermine exactly what shapes I need to cut things into or whatever. I have to try it out first. Oh look, it's my boy, my beautiful boy! And this is the inside green part of an Andes mint, which I am shaving into a door, I think. Then again, we're using juicy fruit for the windows because it's kind of, like yellow. in lights that are turned on at night, you know, you draw the windows as yellow. Yet another mystery candy. I don't really know what these are. I think they're like licorice or something. I just like that they're striped. You can cut them into little tinier slivers, so they're very hard to cut. And then you can make striped tiles out of them like this. Look at the roof. It's striped tiles. Here I'm just doing extra outlines on the roof because I thought it looked very, very plain, but it still looks pretty plain even after I do this, so I don't understand the point. Putting a little pumpkin right in front of the door. Once again, cutting the Andes mints, but this time into these little, like, bars, kind of, that I'm gonna use as the fencing for the deck, I suppose, if that's what it's called. Now I think this is the final view of everything. Sorry again, the lighting is very dark, but hopefully you can actually see some of the details at least. Those are stairs back there. You can't really see them. See, like right through that doorway, there's stairs, but they don't show up in any of the pictures or anything that I took, so it's like I made the stairway for no reason, but... And that's basically everything. Thanks for watching. Let me know which house you like the most. Or not, whatever.